Let's step away from porn. Let's go to something a little more chillax, open-ended. I usually, for like the past 5 episodes, I've always been doing some sort of news thing. George has been doing a lot of open-ended discussion, so I want to take a page out of that. So I got a question. Why do you play video games? Now, everyone has their reasons. The easiest answer is, the simplest is fun, right? But for other people, complicated, right? So some people play to become closer with friends and family, stress reliever. They don't want to be left out of what's new in entertainment, or for job purposes. So I'm going to go ahead and say my reasons, and I want you guys to, give your experiences as well. So obviously for fun, but when I have the time. I pretty much only do it now for job purposes. Like when I started YouTube back in 2012, whenever I would play a game, every second I felt like had the potential to be a video of some sort, every little thing, like recording wise. So like even today, Fire Emblem, I'm not going to play it on my own for fun. Every second that I play it, I'm going to record it so I can do something with it. So it's a little stressful. So I play as a job, but it's stressful and it de-stresses me at the same time when I play other stuff, like Dota Underlords. So why do you guys play?
George, give me some time to think. George, why don't you go ahead and...
All right, sure. At first, I started playing video games back when I was like fucking 7, 8, whatever.
Ooh. Do you remember like your first video game?
Oh yeah, dude, definitely. It was the fucking that fucking bundle for the Nintendo, where it was the fucking Duck Hunt and Mario.
Oh yeah,
that shit.
The classic.
That shit was fucking magic to me, man.
That's crazy.
I remember I went over to my cousin's and they had, and I was like, "The fuck is this? What is this?
What is this
duck?
duck?
Fucking gun? Just fucking point it right at my face and shoot it like it's a real gun." You just watch me too, man. If it was a real gun.
So good, man.
Anyway, and that like piqued my interest. And then after that, my cousin saw how much I liked it, so then we started playing like fucking arcade. There's like different arcade places he would take me. He was like 4 or 5 years older than me, and I think at some point, I think I've talked about this, but like I'm from Mexico originally, right? And I came over here. I didn't know like the language, this and that, and it was the same thing that happened with when I first got here, and I was like scared, New World, all this shit. I saw some cartoons on the television. I was like, all right, maybe the U.S. isn't so bad. They got cartoons. We could pull it through. It was the same thing. There was arcades over here, and I would bond with the cousin that was over here over that shit. I remember I used to play a lot of like the N64 games, like the fucking wrestling ones, because we used to watch the fucking WWE SmackDowns when I was a little kid, and you could just live it out right there. My favorite being SmackDown. Here Comes the Pain.
You ready to suck it?
Yeah, dude. Play on the fucking Hell in a Cell and just do flips. Anyway, I'm getting like on a tangent. Yeah, dude, you can do the shooting star press. That's my favorite.
Damn, dude, get a concussion. Brock Lesnar got a concussion.
People fucking died.
Oh
yeah, people died.
Yeah, so sad. Anyway, I think I play. I don't know, to like maybe get back some of that.
Ooh, that's good. That's good.
Yeah,
relive the good times.
Nostalgia or something.
That's why we play older games too. But like we like it's not always moving forward. You gotta appreciate and remember where we came from.
Right.
Yeah, that's why you go buy like old games too. Play that.
That's
stuff.
true. Yeah, I think that's where me and Kevyn bond over the older shit. I remember we were playing Phantasy Star like, a while back. The game was like fucking 10 years old at the time we replayed it, but it just stuff like that just kind of sticks with you. It's people will have. I remember somebody told me once, like, people have stories with, like, their friends where they got in trouble outside doing some shit or another, and you kind of grow up playing video games and you play with your friends. You kind of have stories like that where you wouldn't really understand unless you were playing with it, and it doesn't invalidate the experience any less, and I think it just brings people together, and it's nice. But I also play to, like, go through interesting shit in the story narrative in, like, an interactive medium. I think it's super cool.
So you mean like back then it was for like the experience with bonding, but now it's like not only do you go back to revisit for nostalgia, but you're understanding the art more, you're appreciating the things that go into it, the artwork, the storytelling, the narrative. So that's like another good part of like playing new games. You're like, oh, this guy's breaking the boundaries. I love this game. Man.
Definitely, yeah.
Awesome.
I like that it's evolving. It's great that we're born in a period where you got to see it back from fucking Duck Hunt days to us playing fucking, I don't know, immersive ass, super realistic looking things, VR, all this shit.
Oh, VR.
It's interesting, I guess. I play it to see what else is out there.
Yeah. Probably one of the best ways to just like, and where technology is evolving, people are getting smarter, supposedly.
Supposedly. Counter argument for that, sure, sometime.
Oh, monk ass. All right.
But yeah, I think video games are just so interesting. I guess I play.
It's nothing like anything else. Like movies are cool and all, but like it's not interactive. You don't have your own experience in a movie. Everyone's doing the same static experience. You watch a guy die in a movie, you're like, okay, that happened. But in a video game, maybe you had more interactions with that character, so it meant more to you personally.
Oh, dude, yeah. Even like, especially back when there was like no internet. It's like even now.
Oh, yeah, you just play the game over and over, and then you get attached to that character.
Yeah, you ask any of our friends, they'll have a different story about what they like in Dark Souls and the stupid shit we did in there.
That's true. That's like one game that's like so crazy depending on who you play with, when you played it, because that game is so like open-ended in terms of like choices, like weapons and all that stuff, gameplay.
I'll tell you this, I have my most memorable night playing it. It's fucking 2 a.m. We're still in fucking high school. I think we had school the next fucking day or some shit.
Dang.
And I'm playing there with my friend Anthony and my friend AJ. And there's supposed to be, you can co-op and you're supposed to help each other. We're in this fucking area with this little ass bridge. And AJ stops in the beginning, and then Anthony stops in the back. And I try to move, and I fucking fall off the bridge. And I'm the host of the thing, so if I die, we just like lose the fucking level. Or just fucking, it's 2 a.m. I'm fucking laughing my ass off. Dude, solid 15 minutes because we've been doing the same level over and over again because they can't get their fucking shit together. And at some point, like, I stop laughing, and they're just like, and they're like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, it's fucking 3 a.m, guys. We've been playing this fucking level for like 2 hours. And I wasn't mad, I was just like, I'm tired.
Right.
Yeah.
It's great.
I think I play games as an escape, and not really like an escape from the real world, but like a way to like have my imagination go wild. So I think the first game that really like kind of did this for me was Tales of Symphonia.
I love that game.
Because in Tales of Symphonia, you played a character named Lloyd or whatever, and then basically, like, it's the first game where I found that you could romance like another character or whatever. It was really my first experience with that. So when I was romancing the main female character, it made me feel like me, the individual, like young Nguyen or whatever, was romancing this female like video game character.
Milady.
I'm not saying that it's like all about waifus or whatever. When I play Monster Hunter World, I imagine myself as a hunter. Like I imagine myself as this person in this world of being like a veteran hunter, helping. Like recently, I've been doing a lot of early missions for other people, so you can help like carry people through certain hunts by like just basically you're super fucking strong, and you can destroy monsters, whereas other people are like super weak. Like I like imagine myself like I actually am this super OP hunter helping this like noob hunter get better at the game by beating these monsters.
Yeah, I think, for Monster Hunter though, you don't really gain stats and stuff. I think part of that fantasy is you just know what the fuck to do.
You're an
that
experience.
Makes you better, more veteran.
But you have better.
You have armor and shit.
You have armor and things that make you stronger. It's this idea. It's like this when I play games. When I play games with like people, I like to imagine myself, and that's kind of why I value story and world more than I say multiplayer at times, because I value that aspect of the game so that I can put myself into that position. When I play something like Witcher, when I play something like Legend of Zelda, I'm instead of that character, like instead of Link or instead of Geralt, I want to. I put myself in their shoes. I'm not like the character is not absent of me. That character is me.
Damn.
and that world that I'm playing through is my world, and it's unique to my own experiences. You probably could play. I'm sure there are games that you can play through that you would have a similar experience with another person, but there are like when you play Breath of the Wild, and when I play Breath of the Wild, I'm sure I've had a completely different experience than every other person on the world, because I play that game differently than every other person in the world. I'm sure nobody's played the game like one way. I'm sure that nobody's had the exact same experience, like exactly the way I played. And so it feels like it's my own unique experience, and that's what I mean by escape, that I can have my own experiences, my own journey. And it's this idea of that I can have such a romantic journey through a world that, is my own and nobody else can take from me. Of course, there are games like there are experiences like Dark Souls multiplayer that you had, George, right?
Yeah.
Where you share that experience with other people, and I share the experience of Monster Hunter World with other people, and that's fine. Like I appreciate those experiences too. But having certain single player experiences that I experience that only I have experienced are the things that help me escape the best and help me like blow up my imagination the most. It's really those and this probably all started with, honestly, this started with Tales of Symphonia, but I probably could go all the way back to Pokemon Blue, where that whole journey of becoming a Pokemon master was my journey, and nobody could take it away from me, where I could spend a Master Ball on a Pidgey and nobody else probably. I actually did that. And then that and that's my choice, because I get to be able to make that choice.
Right.
And I just imagine, and years later, like I think back to some of my experiences that I've had that are mine, and I think like I'm able to have retrospective on it, and that's why they're so like valuable to myself, because I can look back on myself and be like, wow, that was fucking stupid that I spent a Master Ball on a Pidgey, but that still was my journey through that world. Yeah, I mean, it's really great that sometimes the real world's hard, and sometimes you need to be able to separate yourself from the real world. I think video games are mostly that thing that helps me escape.
Yeah, it's the modern books, except it's a choose your own adventure book.
I mean, I mean, I've done those too, right? Like, or else, like those Goosebumps books, like they have those choose your adventure. They're just not the same, though. They're just a completely different. They're a completely different experience. You're making your own. You're moving with the world. You're choosing actions. Like you're physically, tangibly interacting with the world. And in like books, you have to use your imagination to a greater degree, right?
You're right.
Right.
And honestly, like, I think even today, like certain games that I play, I use it to like not think about the real world, because sometimes shit's hard. I'm trying to find work or whatever. Shit's like, it's not the best right now for me, but it's not the worst. But still, like sometimes I just want to play a video game and pretend I'm like fucking Fire Emblem Three Houses.
Exactly.
I pretend I'm Byleth and fucking professor at a school. It's awesome.
Young, you are him, all right?
Yeah,
That's fucking right, man.
You are. You choose which waifu or guy you want.
Fuck that Pope, Young.
I am gonna fuck that Pope.
You get Clyde. He takes his pants right off. Claude.
All
right.
Man, you ain't no Fire Emblem fan.
Hey, he's not for me, all right? Husbandorino. Hey, Ben, do you remember your first game that you played?
Me? Probably not the first one, but the most vivid one that I remember is Dark Age of Camelot. It's an MMORPG.
Wow, that's your first game, was an MMO?
Damn.
Yeah.
Whoa. That's nuts.
Is that why you like MMO so much, man?
Not really. I didn't really know what I was doing when I was playing it. I think my love of MMOs came later. When I was actually had like experiences playing with other people, like random people that I've never met before, and then we got to know each other, and then it was just fun playing with them. It was more of a communal aspect of MMOs that I got into.
I see.
Ooh, like Club Penguin.
Never played that.
Me neither. So, like today, you, present Ben, you play games as a time waster for fun? because it's like
we're
super
I play it
rewarding?
as like a narrative investment, so I'm kind of different from you, right? I don't really self-insert that much when I play games. It's more like I'm invested into the story of these characters. That's why I think that's why I don't get into games like auto chess that much, right?
You're omnipresent.
Because yeah, I'm into playing games for the story most of the time, and then gameplay is kind of like a secondary thing for me. Like if it's really good and it feels like responsive and it feels good to play, then I'll enjoy it more. But gameplay is really just kind of secondary to me. Narrative is the big thing for me because I enjoy a good story.
What kind of such as like what kind of like recently what kind of narratives have you played? Strong narrative.
Strong narrative? Near Automata.
Yeah, that was a good one. That one's a good one.
Persona 5, Witcher 3.
Oh yeah, for sure. It was weird though because like Persona 5 is like has a silent protagonist, so like I felt like I had to self-insert. Is that?
I mean that's the point of the character for sure, but I like when I play those games, Persona games especially, I kind of like just take the manga representations or like the official representations of the characters, play according to those personalities.
I see. So like if you played Breath of the Wild, would you have trouble then? Because there's no character there to like insert.
Well, I don't have trouble. Like if there's nothing to insert. Or
yeah,
like,
then how would you?
I just play like normal.
That's just his preference.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
if the game's good, he'll play it, but you know he values that stuff way more.
Okay.
That's cool. Nice.
That's cool. Yeah.
Nice. Ah, see, that was nice. Learned a lot about you guys. Feels
Bobby,
good.
did you answer your own question though?
He did.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Does it for work, but it's also a stress reliever.
Yeah, dude, it's hard to like appreciate a game these days. I mean, I appreciate it while I'm playing it, but then I'm like, I gotta like entertain and stuff.
Has there been any games recently that you just played to play?
Yeah, freaking the Bloodstained. I stopped streaming it because I was like, you know what? It's not entertaining for me to just grind, but I enjoyed it. So I was like, I'm just gonna play it on my own. So that's like, if it's a game super good, I'm like, so fuck it. Hey guys, I'll be back tomorrow. And I just didn't play.
I mean, and I'll just say, I don't self-insert in all games. Like Bloodstained, I wouldn't self-insert. It's like I wouldn't put myself in like Miriam's shoes.
I'd put it in her shoes.
Yeah.
Step on me.
I'm just saying the primary reasons are sometimes self-insert.
No, it's also hard when you're always moving to new games.
Oh, I love that though. Like I love putting myself
for
into
me
like
it's too much because like I
tons
have
of
a
runs.
routine and a schedule. Like I have a full spreadsheet that I have of games coming out that I have to play on this day. Like these two come out this day, and then I have to focus on like the metadata and all that stuff. Especially when I'm obligated, because the more I do it, the more keys I get in return. So it's like it's a cycle. But it's cool.
Like Terraria, you play Terraria.
I love Terraria.
Are you trying to trigger Mabi here?
I've only 3 months ago was the last time I played it. When they come out with the latest update called Journey's End, I will revisit it for maybe the final time.
But then Terraria 2.
If they ever come out with it, I've been wanting that forever, dude. If they ever come out with it, I mean, I'm down. So the first one, it's run its course. The only reason why it's so weird. It's like one of the top played Steam games right now.
Still is, yeah.
It's ridiculous.
I mean, it came out during the Minecraft, heyday, so that might explain some stuff.
Fuck Terraria. Move on. What you got?
Okay, Bob?
What?
Okay.
Yeah. Edit that out. All right, what?